What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're recording part 3 of Creepcaught's most terrifying videos you shouldn't watch alone. Just a reminder, all of these videos, part 1, 2, and 3, will be going into the most disturbing videos on the net. I'm pretty sure that is the name of the playlist, but just in case, all of these videos are going in there. So without any further ado, we are 37 minutes in, and we've seen so much already. This is wild. We still have like an hour and a half left of this video alone, and I've been recording like half-hour videos, so it's been awesome. Let's keep it going. Let's go.
Few days, Marty had been hearing strange banging noises coming from upstairs, and he knew they weren't just normal sounds. Finally, he'd had enough and decided to investigate. He brought a camera along to capture proof of whatever was going on. Here's what he found.
I'm going to record it because I've had a couple of bangs now. The last one was quite violent and it came from upstairs, and it sounded like a door being shut, and I don't believe me when I'm here. Oh, bathroom lights on. Oh, and our door is shut, look. So, yeah. What's that doing on and why? Alright. Oscar? Oscar? Are you in here? Is that you? Oscar? Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Man, whoa! You? What the f? Oscar? Hello? Oh, this is horrible. There's nothing in here. You can't get anything in here anyway, as you know. There's so much crap in there. This is just...
From a ball rolling on its own to doors swinging open without reason, it was clear something was interacting with the room. The real question is, what was it? There's no way it wasn't some kind of spirit. The bigger concern, though, is whether it's harmless or something darker. After all, no one wants to be dealing with an evil spirit. Brugi was living a...
So, I mean, technically speaking, there was a lot going on, but we didn't really see anything that couldn't be orchestrated. Everything was closing, off camera. Who knows? I used an example of we're seeing what's in front of the camera, but who's to say that they're not recording, right? All stretched out, doing everything in the background. But needless to say, we didn't even see the dog. The dog is, there's really not much to go to say that this is paranormal activity, unfortunately. But if you are going through some stuff, I suggest that you try and set up some cameras, some nanny cams, some, motion sensors and stuff like this, just in case you want help. Because honestly, what we are seeing right now is not sufficient enough for even the church to get involved.
Normal life at home when, out of nowhere, strange hauntings began to take over. For a while, he couldn't make sense of what was happening, but over time, the activity grew stronger, and this video is one of the moments that revealed just how real it was.
Está el miedo, ya hasta se me quiere regresar la comida.
Gotta zoom out, my guy. Was that somebody close to him talking? Oh, okay.
Como estético usa todo, hasta allá. Imagínense qué tan grande está. O sea, real, es todo este pedazo.
All right, just in case you cannot go by the translation, it's off. So he is explaining that the occurrences are happening all over, especially in the area of the attic. But I just want to note that it sounded like there was a female present close by him. We caught the audio.
Ay, cabrón. Ay, seguro se grabó. No. Pero falta este pedazo.
He looked up
All
into
of
the
this
attic
part.
and seemed completely stunned, even though nothing was clearly visible on camera. Maybe he saw something the rest of us couldn't, and it wouldn't be the first time that's happened to people. Experiences like this can actually help experts figure out what kind of spirit it might be. So hopefully Bruji reaches out to one and gets some answers. Danny?
I mean, sorry, experts won't figure out what kind of spirit it is because you guys. It seems like creepcaught is categorizing different spirits, and yeah, fine. There are humans and inhuman spirits. On a rare occasion, you come across elementals, which is basically environmental spirits. Um, we have, there's not like a category, right? To for experts, and dare I say, there's there's professional paranormal investigators, experts like what, like a demonologist. I mean, if I want to become a demonologist, I could take an online course and get a certificate. Right? Like yeah, I wouldn't say experts, but uh the 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 shakiness in his voice seems authentic. We did catch something down the hall. If you guys didn't see it, review it, play it back. There was something down the hall. It seemed almost like a little girl, long hair in a gown, but the camera quality is so bad. And also, it looks like it's been zoomed in. It's not really helping. The translation is completely off. It's not saying nothing of what you're reading. And yeah, we're gonna need more to determine whether or not all of this was real or orchestrated.
Was busy with chores around the house when he suddenly
Fake, fake. I've seen this before. I've covered this already in a couple of videos. This guy's popping up, and I'm gonna wait to see what creepcaught says about this guy. But just know he is a film creator. He creates films, horror films, and I've said this time and time again. This video is awesome if it's like a independent film movie. Awesome. Now, if this guy is presenting it out there in the ether for us to watch as real paranormal caught on tape video, BS. sit your ass down somewhere.
He heard a series of knocks coming from the bathroom. Naturally curious, he went to check it out, but that decision turned out to be one he'd regret. What he first thought might be a rodent problem quickly revealed itself as something much darker. Looking back, he probably would have chosen the rodents over what he actually found.
I know I did a huge spoiler, but I've seen this video and I've reacted to it a bunch of times already. And creepcaught didn't mention certain very important information.
When Danny stepped into the bathroom, the knocking kept going, and sure enough, it was coming from inside the walls. He was about to head back to the living room and call the exterminator he already had on speed dial. But before he could leave, a demonic-looking figure peeked out from behind the curtain. Stunned with fear, Danny cut the video and bolted straight out of the house. Was this a glimpse into something paranormal or just a terrifying coincidence? Eggy was forced to leave his house after.
What in the world? You're not even gonna show it, dude? That's kind of shady. That's kind of shady. You see something in the behind the curtains in the other video, you guys. I'm gonna say possibly 2 to 3 videos prior, you'll come across me reacting to this video. Except it's a bunch of videos in one, and you know what? Not even Bizarre Bub reacted to this because he knows the truth. Bizarre Bub. Yeah, man. He only puts up really, real, at least, good, real stuff. But yeah, that's all fake, you guys. It's a film director, independent film.
A ghost started playing the piano. The terrifying part? The music didn't stop, even after he unplugged it. Scared and confused, he rode his bike to a friend's place, hoping to stay the night, only to find out they were on vacation. With no other option, he had to head back home, praying the piano had finally gone quiet. Take a look.
Ketawa aku bangsat. Baru aja sampai. Nih, masih pakai helm kan? Baru sampai. Udah disambut. Assalamualaikum.
Sedap. Anjing.
Stop. Yang hidupinnya dia. Ketawa aku bangsat. Gimana ngidupinnya, woi? Oh, di sini. Nah. Oh, udah hidup ya. Lihat kan? Baru pun sampai kan bangsat kan. Saya lagi malas buat konten. Ini pun sedikit aja kan karena tadi baru sampai tiba-tiba hujan. Udah dengar suara-suara aneh gini. Jadi next saya nggak akan ngonten-ngonten lagi. Saya cuma fokus mau main piano. Saya mau ngulik-ngulik lagu. Jadi saya mau fokus. Apapun gangguannya terserah. Intinya saya mau main aja.
When Edgy got back, the house was even worse than before. What really freaked him out was that the spirits seemed to be talking to him, and he could actually make out the words. One of them was a religious phrase which left him confused. Was it some kind of sign from his faith, or something darker mocking it? He never did figure it out. By the next morning, everything had gone quiet, but he couldn't shake the feeling that it all meant something. He just wasn't sure what. Chamos, a pop.
All right. So, yeah, to me, all of that was fake, orchestrated. He could have easily done all that with a Bluetooth speaker. You don't really see nothing. And, you know, the like he creates great animosity for you to like, oh my God, it's going crazy. But all of that could have been created with a Bluetooth speaker. And yeah, I don't believe it. We didn't see nothing. Let's keep it moving.
Popular YouTube channel visited the abandoned Campbell Hospital, expecting it to be terrifying, and it didn't disappoint. Strange and frightening events unfolded throughout the night, but the team stayed brave, knowing a ghost wouldn't physically harm them. Here's the most chilling moment they captured.
Viu?
Não queria lembrar.
Não queria lembrar, eu entendi alguma coisa, a mulher de branco.
Mulher de branco? Tem uma mulher de branco aqui que vaga nesse local? Ó, olha só.
O cara tá estourado, ele tá aqui perto.
É, cara do céu, velho.
Dude, I'm sorry, but if you're going to use a EMF meter, you need to keep it away from everybody who has electronics on them. Right? Like he was pointing at the guy. Who knows? Like he could have had a cell phone in his pocket that was setting it off. But I'm confused. I think the guy with the camera is holding the millimeter, or was the guy he was aiming the camera at had the millimeter pointed towards his direction, which doesn't make any sense regardless.
O cara tá estourado, ele tá aqui perto.
É, cara do céu, velho.
While they were talking about a white ghost said to haunt the hospital, the cameraman panned to the side and caught an apparition seemingly taking cover. Whether it was the exact ghost they were discussing remains unknown, but the moment was undeniably terrifying. The video was recorded by a man named...
Yeah, I mean, I like to watch paranormal investigators videos because it's a educational, I take it as educational. Yeah, but there's nothing educational about this. He was holding the meter wrong. He's pointing towards people with electronics. That was dumb. And, it didn't seem like there was anything there. Only when he put in the night vision. That's the only time you see something kind of creeping in. I could be wrong. It could have been there before, but you don't really see it on regular, visual. I don't know. To me, the whole thing with the way he was holding the meter just threw me off completely. I couldn't care less for the rest.
Lean, who lived with his wife and 2 children. With his family frequently away for school and work, he often had the house to himself, a situation that became disturbing when he started suspecting it was haunted. He eventually called an exorcist, which successfully ended the hauntings. However, during the period before the exorcism, several unsettling clips were captured that are worth watching.
Son 3 de la mañana. Estoy escuchando ruidos de afuera. Ahí están. Esos son los ruidos que se escuchan en el patio.
So he said it is 3 o'clock in the morning, and this is that he usually catches noises, and you're hearing the noises right now.
Voy a salir a ver. Son 3:10 de la mañana.
He's going to go out to check what's going on. It is 3:10 a.m.
Benjamin, te quedas aquí.
His dog is there.
Estoy escuchando ruidos desde el galpón, como voces.
He
Voy a ver.
he's hearing like voices. I mean, we were hearing banging, but he's hearing voices.
Se están escuchando ruidos acá. Ahí dejaron de hablar.
He was hearing the voices over here, but they stopped talking.
While in his basement, Lean experienced a series of unnatural events. While recording for protection, an item fell from a shelf with no visible cause, which alone was enough to alarm him. Hoping for an early exorcism, he was disappointed when none came. And the following day, he heard laughter coming from the spare room. Curious to discover the source, he went to investigate, and what he found was shocking in the worst way.
Se está escuchando la risa.
Are you hearing the laugh?
Mierda.
Se está muriendo el sol. Escucha eso. Quiero que vean que no hay nadie. Acá. Se está moviendo el sol solo. Como dicen caídos, fíjense que no hay nada, no hay nada.
I'm pretty sure if you was to move the bed and actually investigate, you'll find somebody there.
The stuffed bear was not only producing a laughing sound that seemed designed to lure Lean into the room, but it also moved as if controlled by an unseen hand. With no attachments or modifications to explain this behavior, the incident was undeniably strange and unsettling. The house
Like, you know, people might think that I'm being harsh on these videos. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm harsh is because this is BS, bro. Like, there are people out there taking advantage of the paranormal field, and it is hurting our credibility. Not just us, as, you know, us investigators when we go and present evidence, but also paranormal victims. I call paranormal victims people that are not investigators and are just, you know, living in a house that has paranormal activity. Paranormal victims, right? And they're destroying their credibility too. Like, it's even very dangerous for people to fake videos just to get clout, because you're putting somebody else's life in danger. Not saying that all paranormal activity is dangerous. No, I'm not saying that. But what if you have a family that needs help and nobody believes them because of BS like this? This is why I'm harsh. Like, come on now. You don't need a fake paranormal activity. It is real.
of Ellen seemed like an unlikely place for paranormal activity, but this video suggests otherwise. Ellen bought the house about 2 years ago, and there were no prior reports or records of hauntings. Yet, after another 2 years of no unusual occurrences, a sudden paranormal event took place, and Ellen was fortunate enough to capture it on tape.
Son las 4:25 de la mañana y las cosas se están poniendo un poquito pesadas. Ya llevo más de media hora filmando, pero no manches. Oh my God. Eso es a lo que me refiero. Eso es lo que estoy hablando. Discúlpeme, pero miren, la lamparita. No sé si podré captar algo más. No voy a prender la luz por lo pronto, porque quiero ver si podemos captar otra cosa más. No manches. Quiero ver si podemos captar algo más que una prueba contundente que haga cambiar de opinión a todos los escépticos.
Shut up. Shut up. I mean, what you're doing right now is that you are creating a fear cage. You're putting all of this together to scare people and to bring awareness to change the minds of the skeptic. But paranormal activity could happen any time of the day. It doesn't need to be at the witching hour of 3 o'clock in the morning or even in night. Paranormal activity will occur any time, and it's not going to occur because you're there. It'll occur when you're not there. This is why I tell people all the time to start, like if they are really genuinely trying to find help or answers, set up cameras because that is the only way you'll capture certain things. And I'm not saying to put a camera facing a wall. Put a camera like if you're going to take an array of space. This guy, he's using the animosity. I wonder if it's creepcaught that is putting that's music in the background. You know, that thing flying off the shelf, whatever, could have been pulled off with a string. You don't really see anything else. It's disappointing.
A todos esos que me han puesto malos comentarios en mis videos,
You
que
probably
dicen
deserve
que
it.
esto es mentira, que yo lo hago, que yo lo preparo. Escuchen, escuchen, escuchen. Voy a encender un poco la luz a ver que... No manches, no manches. Claramente miré que pasó una sombra por aquí por enfrente. No manches, no manches.
Setting aside everything else in the video, one moment stands out above all. At the beginning, shadows can be seen drifting across the doorway in the mirror, which is particularly unsettling because Ellen was standing still at the time, ruling him out as the source. It appears he may have captured the ghost.
He wasn't still. He's moving his camera. So with the bad quality of the camera, the pixelation gives that effect.
On tape. When a Spanish woman's daughter broke.
So yeah, you probably deserve all the bad commentary because they're probably not everybody on the net is gullible and quite frankly dumb to believe that that video was anything but a fake, orchestrated.
One of her favorite toys, the mother bought a replacement. After a few weeks, things seemed normal, with the child's sleep patterns unaffected. But soon, something unusual about the new toy caught their attention. One day, the mother entered her child's room and made a startling discovery.
Yo tenía días que no se ponía a jugar con esa cosa. Y ahorita que entré otra vez, que está bien chido. Me voy a acercar para que vean de lo que todo. Me voy a acercar para.
Either she caught an orb or we're seeing the string. Check out this area right over here. What do you guys think?
Me voy a acercar para que vean de lo que todos dicen que imanes.
There's too many shiny things. There was also something shiny on this black cuz I'm saying we say it's an invincible string, but if a light source is being moved too much, you'll see it shine cuz it's like a nylon kind of see-through, almost like a fish string, like to, those strings.
Estoy prácticamente enfrente de. No, nada. Igual han dicho.
The toy started mysteriously
Ah.
expanding and contracting, something science couldn't explain, pointing to a possible spirit. The family had no history of wrongdoing and didn't believe in the supernatural, making the haunting all the more baffling. Since the child had an imaginary friend, this may have influenced the activity. To handle it, the mother discarded the toy. Meet Dee from
Unfortunately, it seems like we are catching the strings all over the place. I mean, a lot of what I say is just my opinion, and I have over 20 years of experience within the paranormal field, and I'm not just basing my experience within the paranormal field to react to these videos. I am basing also the reactions on how human beings react during certain situations. She was way too calm for this to be happening, almost as though, like, since she knows what's going on and she's just creating a video to put out there, or she is a one of the toughest one of the toughest people walking on the face of this earth. But yeah, I wouldn't put my money on it that was real paranormal activity.
Dee's Dark Adventures, a daring investigator who plunges into the world's most haunted and enigmatic locations, seeking out ghosts, demons, and unexplained phenomena. In April 2025, Dee ventured into a secluded forest trail, aiming to capture anything unusual. As longtime followers know, the wilderness rarely follows the rules, and it has a way of unveiling the unexpected when you least expect it.
I just heard some weird call back there. It's still early. It could be people, I'm not sure. And then I heard whack, whack, whack. Like I said, it could be people. I don't know. I'm the only one here right now, except for that car being doing that.
The first part of Dee's trek felt
I was just about to say that. I'm the only one here, and you see a freaking car just passing by. Means you are near society. Means there might be people there that is not with you. Oh man.
entirely normal. Just the usual nighttime forest sounds, crickets chirping, distant animal calls, and the occasional rustle in the underbrush as she pressed further into the woods. But the calm didn't last. Soon, faint whistling began drifting from the bushes around her. In the forest at night, such sounds could have a reasonable explanation. Another hiker, a bird, or an innocent echo through the trees.
I don't even know where it came from. Oh, God. Oh, God. Some just whizzed through there. I don't know. If it was a bird or what it was. It could have been an owl. I'm not sure what that was. What's that looking at me? Hello? Hi. My name's Dee. Something's grinding its teeth.
Did she just say something is grinding its teeth?
Something's grinding its teeth. Stop it. I'm not doing this, dude.
As Dee's flashlight sliced through the darkness, its beam caught something that made her freeze. The figure was humanoid, yet there was something profoundly wrong about it. Its movements were unnatural, too fluid, too fast, and it vanished the instant the light touched it. Some might think it was just another person out for a late-night walk, but that idea quickly fell apart. Dee soon heard movement all around her. Rustling, shuffling, the unmistakable sound of something tracking her every step. And whatever it was, it radiated no sense of friendliness.
Hi. Hello. What was that? Why did it do that? Hi. Hello. Why did it do that? Why did it get dark? What was that?
As she struggled to locate the source of the voice, her flashlight fell upon something entirely unexpected.
No, dude. It's too pixelated. What is that? Hello. Hi. My name's Dee. Don't go. Hello. Hi.
Doesn't she have the option with her flashlight to beam it? Why didn't she beam it there? And I I I, I could be wrong, but this would be the first time I see a woman doing this solo exploration of a haunted forest. It would be the first time. This is, it's impressive, but it makes me question if it's orchestrated
Why is everything moving?
because you're outside, wind off the top of my head. Why don't you beam your flashlight to it?
Dude, it just disappeared. Oh God, dude, it just... It just like vanished. What the hell was that?
You should get a new
There's
hobby.
nothing there. I saw, okay, I'm not, dude, I saw eyes and then look, fully charged. Oh God, I saw eyes.
What made the experience particularly unnerving was that Dee knew roughly 30 people were camping nearby at a pavilion. She wasn't entirely alone, yet despite their proximity, she found...
Didn't you guys just see how she could beam the light? Why didn't she do that towards the two eyes? You know, I've seen a bunch of videos so far within this video, and there are a lot of people doing things that they shouldn't be doing. I mean, first off, yeah, I would never agree to do anything solo, especially going out into the wilderness, because not only do you have to worry about animals, but you have nature and humans to worry about, and you're a female. Sorry, I'm not trying to degrade women, but this is potentially very extremely dangerous for a woman to be out in the wild, in the jungle by themselves, which is one of the reasons why I think this is all fake and orchestrated. I like the shadow, but now that we are seeing the rest of the video, makes me question that. I mean, you guys already know me. If something seems off, if there is just one red flag in a video, you got to scrap the whole thing.
No one, no woman, no child, no signs of activity, just an unsettlingly silent forest. The unsettling thought crept in that something out there might be mimicking a human voice to lure her deeper. There are accounts of creatures or entities capable of imitating human speech with eerie precision. Things became even stranger as Dee heard more unusual sounds. Clicking noises, low whooping calls, and other vocalizations unlike any known wildlife. To steady herself, she crouched to inspect a caterpillar on the forest floor, focusing on something small, ordinary, and harmless.
Yes, stop. Hello? I've never seen one like that. I wonder what kind of thing you're gonna turn into, but usually those hairs, I don't want to say it's this one, but I know the hairy ones with the spiky hairs, they can be painful and cause, depending on the breed, certain reactions. If you guys wouldn't mind, tell me what kind that is. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. 333, it's my time to go. Okay.
By now, Dee was more than ready to get out. Her equipment had begun acting strangely, with batteries draining far faster than usual, a phenomenon commonly reported during paranormal encounters. Despite the unsettling noises surrounding her and the persistent feeling of being watched and trailed, she managed to navigate her way back through the forest. Exactly what she experienced that night, however, remains a mystery. A store manager.
All right, you guys. We're gonna stop it right here. This is part 3 of this 2-hour video of most disturbing, most terrifying videos you shouldn't watch alone. So far, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, a lot. There are some very interesting ones on here, but there are many that is just sad to watch, and just sad that people need to stoop so low to fake certain things. But a lot of these videos are paranormal caught on tape. But in the beginning there were a lot of other videos that was, like, for example, the on the part 1 video there was a climber that had a scare because his safety rope broke while he was mountain climbing. So that I hope we see a more of a variety of videos for the rest of the hour that's left on this one. But if you guys, please do what you do when you like a channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.